Hey everyone, happy Self-Love Sunday. So today we're going to talk about suppressing emotions, and I've heard this a lot from people about how they numb their emotions, numb any type of feeling because they've been hurt in the past, they've experienced grief in the past. I mean, who hasn't? Experienced loss, experienced just a broken heart, and they know what that feels like, and they don't want to experience that again. And so over time, when we don't want to experience that, or when we have experienced that sense of loss or hurt or grief, we suppress that. We don't want to feel it again, and we don't even want to deal with what we felt. So, because it's so painful that we don't want to experience it. So we suppress it, we numb ourselves to it, and then the next experience that comes up that might create an unknown situation for us where we don't know where it's headed, but it could potentially head down that dark alley of feeling hurt and loss again, then we block ourselves from feeling anything, from feeling love or feeling any type of emotion, because we don't know how it's going to end up. So this is like a defense mechanism for us. It's protection for us. So when we're involved in other situations that are very familiar to us, that we are comfortable with, and we know what the outcome is going to be because we can control it for the most part, then we can get involved or become more involved in that situation. But when it's an unknown, let's say like a new relationship, and we don't know how it's going to go or where it's going to go, and there are a lot of unknowns with it, we can pull ourselves back and block our hearts from feeling that love, from feeling anything, because there's a potential for hurt there. There's a risk there. There's vulnerability that's involved with that. So we'll just block that heart chakra. We'll block ourselves from feeling anything, just to control things, to mitigate any potential harm or hurt. And I get that because we've all been down that road before where we've been opened ourselves up and have been hurt or experienced that grief, that pain, that loss, that heartbreak. And the thing is that we can't suppress those emotions. So when we have experienced that hurt, we need to observe that hurt. We need to go into that feeling, those feelings, and bring them to the forefront. We need to look at what happened in the past when we were hurt, but we chose to suppress those things, to numb ourselves to feeling things. We need to bring those to the forefront, because here's the thing: if you are not dealing with those past emotions, with those past situations, if you've suppressed it or numbed it within yourself and tried to forget it because you think that that's the only way to handle things, then it's going to come up down the road again. It's going to create a lot of disharmony in your body, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You want to make sure you deal with that, because that vibration, that frequency is still within your body, and you can create very similar situations over and over again if you have not dealt with that energy, with that vibration. You want to make sure that you are looking at it, you are observing it, you are understanding it, understanding those emotions, so that you can allow them to disperse and to basically dissolve. So when we are dealing with that, when we are dealing with those emotions, bringing them to the forefront, it isn't about reliving those things. And there's nothing to fear with feeling those emotions or observing those emotions. Don't fear that, because those things are in the past already. You're just bringing them up. You're looking at them for what they are or what they were. And our emotions are our guidance system. They tell us where our vibration is, where our frequency is. And this is a very important thing. And to block them off, to not understand them, then you are not listening to what your body is telling you, what your intuition is telling you. But if you're able to begin to understand them, you begin to understand yourself and who you really are. So that emotional guidance system helps you to determine where you are on your emotional scale, your frequency, your vibration. So back to the suppressing the emotions. Suppressing those emotions and then putting a happy face on, it doesn't deal with those emotions that you are suppressing. It's like putting a happy face sticker over an empty gas tank. It doesn't deal with your empty gas tank. You need to fuel yourself by looking at those emotions, by handling or dealing with those emotions from the past, those situations from the past that were hurtful, where there was heartbreak involved. You need to deal with that and look at them. Bring them to the forefront so that you can fill up your own gas tank. And then that happy face that you have, that happiness that you have, that will be legit. It will be authentic because you've dealt with all of this emotion that you've been suppressing over time and numbing yourself from experiencing this joyful, beautiful life. So what I suggest is going within and picking something to look at, to observe, something from the past. Remember, the past can't hurt you. It's in the past already. Right now, what matters is the present moment. So when you are bringing up something to the forefront, don't get wrapped up into the emotion of it because you're going to just create more of the same crap. Observe it. Observe it for what it was. Your body, your intuition, your internal guidance system was guiding you to listen to it so that you could make a different decision or choose differently and level up. Because when we are leveling up, we're becoming a greater version of ourselves. And through that process, we have to look at these emotions, look at these patterns, look at these belief systems, look at whatever it is that is no longer serving us. And we have to be honest with ourselves. We have to really listen to what our body is saying, what our intuition is saying, what this guidance system is saying to us. This is very important. So again, bring something to the forefront, just observe it. It can be something small, but kind of it's there and it's kind of poking you. So bring it up, look at it, see it for what it is, and bless it for what it taught you. Bless it for the experience that you had with it so that you could level up in your own being. Because really at the heart of it, we are all just divine beings having this physical experience. And when you look at it that way, then you can enjoy yourself. Then you can change things. Then you can create from a different place. So I hope this helped you this week, and I'll see you next week.